I'm President Donald Trump, and I have the greatest hair you've ever seen. If you watch Liquid Lunch, you'll see that John DeFalco has probably one of the worst hairlines ever. But watch it anyway. It's a good show.
Hey, welcome back. It's a terrific Tuesday edition of Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. No, that wasn't the president. That was John DiDomenico, great friend of the show, does a great Trump impersonation. But we do know that the president watches the show from time to time, and we're still waiting for you, Mr. President, anytime you're ready. Going out of the last segment, for those of you who tune in on Saturdays now, because the best shots of Liquid Lunch are on every Saturday on Newsmax, followed by at 5 p.m., followed by Michelle Malkin at 6, and then the Grand Poobah Bill O'Reilly at 7. So we're the warm-up act to the big boss. But on the best shots of Liquid Lunch, not only you see our best interviews and the best guests we had for the week, but you see a little behind the scenes. For those of you watching, there's a big whiteboard controversy. We got the whiteboard, but the staff can't possibly get what's written on it right. So we're working on that. I may have mentioned that Michelle Eskenazi was going to be here, but that was an error of my staff. And now joining me, I got lucky, just happened to walk right off the street, Beth DeFalco and Kevin McCullough. Yeah, hey,
John, it's been so long since we saw you.
Crazy seeing you here.
You know, I got to ring the bell.
You should have us back more often.
Michelle's not here, and you two guys just walk in.
Feels like I was just here.
So, guys, welcome back. We're joking around, but
Sure.
we like to bring the audience in on what's happening.
I think it's the vodka's fault.
Yeah, it's always blaming on the vodka, always blaming on the alcohol. But Chick-Fil-A.
Yes.
Who's repeatedly come under fire from all kinds of different organizations. They've been boycotted because
I don't know about that many.
I'm saying, but there are a number of times, okay? Now they've come out and said that they're not going to donate to Christian charities because they don't support the LGBTQIA movement. Is this going to help their PR, you think?
I don't think that that's quite going to do it.
It's not going to do it.
No, I don't think that passes the laugh test. I think they're trying to move in the right direction, but I think that they're doing it, and the reasons that they're doing it are pretty transparent, which is that they're losing money because they're being boycotted.
Well, hold on. First of all,
hold everything.
They haven't lost money at all. In fact, by them clearly saying when activist groups were coming after them a few years ago that, oh, well, you have a discriminatory CEO or whatever in his private donation habits, they as an organization made millions of dollars. They became the most profitable fast food corporation in America and expanded faster than almost anybody else.
I think they had an 18.
Motivation? You don't think money is the motivation?
I don't know what the issue is here, but I know one thing, that if you spent the last dozen years having wide swaths of faith-based people, normal people, go to work every day, lunch bucket people, paying their bills, trying to not speed on the highways, pay their taxes, that kind of stuff. If you've spent the last 12 years being supported by them, and then all of a sudden you just decide you're just going to say, well, no. And we're not talking about fringe charities. We're talking about people like the Salvation Army, who has done amazing work when it comes to everything from drug rehabilitation to helping the homeless to helping disaster victims. We're talking about mainstream organizations that are going to have a significant departure from their donations.
They get blowback, Beth, because of this? That, like Kevin's saying, people that rely on these organizations are going to be like, hey, we hate Chick-Fil-A even more now. And then maybe new people hating them.
No,
I
different
think you're
people.
You're going to get blowback from every which side. I think they need to come up with a comprehensive policy and decide where they really sit on this. It smells of a PR stunt.
It's not like the LGBTQIA community is going to go, yay, we're going to run down and get Chick-fil-A's now. They're probably
John, if you're just talking about pure math, there's not enough LGBTQ in America to offset the literally hundreds of millions of people that go to church every week.
There's not?
There's not even close. So if you're just talking about dollars for dollars,
yes, that's what I'm saying. There is a good portion of them who are
but you're talking about a much smaller slice, but much more influential slice in some respects to what they can accomplish from a media perspective and from a
Beth, I want to ask you this. You're a Democratic strategist. I'm an independent person. We fly the rainbow flag on Liquid Lunch. All voices are heard, and we support every movement. Do you have to say the IA? Is it just okay to say LGBTQ? Because people was talking about I's and A's now.
Listen, I think it is, but I think, when in doubt or when in question,
Go with the
ask a
whole
member.
thing.
No, ask a member of the community. Like, I'm happy to refer to people as they would like to be referred to, generally speaking. That's my general rule of thumb for any group.
Okay, I like it. I'm trying to go with the whole thing just in case, because people might say, well, you forgot me, or you forgot me, and I don't even, they just keep adding vowels at this point.
I think they know what your sentiment is when it's meant respectfully.
All right.
I think that respectful dialogue should always be engaged.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, there's all these crazies out there that think that, this can be turned around and other things. People are people. That's the way I look at it, and I don't think I still love Chick-Fil-A. I mean, I don't know if you've ever had it or if you can admit that on television.
Of course I've had it. No. I mean, I think that for people that were boycotting it for political reasons, it wasn't because it didn't taste good. It was really just because the policies left a bad taste in your mouth.
What's your chicken of choice?
They have the
to go
best chicken sandwich.
They do have the best
Period.
chicken
I
sandwich.
mean, you've heard all the news about the Popeyes chicken sandwich. It's nothing compared to the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
I've only heard news
Nothing.
about the Popeyes chicken
Yeah,
sandwich.
I've never
You can't
actually-
get one. I've been scouring Amazon for the last month. I can't get a Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I mean, I grew up
I don't think
working
they
in
sell them
malls
on
and
Amazon,
retail,
John.
and it was like Chick-fil-A was everywhere,
Yeah.
right? In every mall across America.
Of course. So, do you know where we can get a Popeyes, Kev? You got an inside? You got?
Because it goes
See
with
this van
vodka,
parked behind your studio here? I think there's one like around the corner there.
Popeyes or vodka?
That's not the worst thing
No.
I've ever heard.
Sounds like a new Saturday night late show for Newsmax. Popeyes and vodka,
Popeyes and
hosted by
vodka,
Beth.
Liquid Lunch After Dark.
Beth with Popeyes and vodka.
I mean, those are pretty decent
Hey, Chris,
sponsors.
are you paying attention here?
I'm just gonna recount this for those of you who care. As I mentioned, during Hurricane Sandy, Staten Island, where I live, got hit like really bad, like terrible. And all the organizations, Salvation Army, American Red Cross, they were there. My brother and other people put together this grassroots organization, and everyone was pitching in. And our state senator, Andrew Lanza, called Chick-fil-A, or his office called Chick-fil-A, and said, hey, these people, they literally don't have food. They have no power, they have no fridge, they have no heat, nothing. And like that night at the local base, there was like 5,000 chicken sandwiches there.
Wow.
So, to me personally, as a personal experience, I know when someone called upon them to help our community, they literally, 5,000 might not even be the number, but we were giving out Chick-fil-A's for a day as long as they were good.
But
so.
I think that speaks to the heart of the overall leadership of the
That's what I'm
corporation,
saying.
or has it been
if you
for
hate 'em,
the last number of years?
Don't hate them so much, because when they knew a community was in need, they came in with no questions asked.
Wow.
They made
That's
it
a great
overnight.
story.
I don't even know where they came from, but they said, come get them. So it was great. Beth DeFalco, Kevin McCullough, thank you for being there when we were stuck for a guest. Boy,
Yeah.
you guys really came up big.
Now, if we show up in the next segment, I'll really be impressed.
So coming up next, Kevin McCullough and Beth DeFalco are going to mix it up for us. No, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up right after this is Shaheem Gabadi, who's an Iranian dissident. We're going to talk about all the stuff that's going on in Iran with the protests, and we're going global. After this, Beth DeFalco, Kevin McCullough, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Stay right there. We're going to take a quick break and be back.